Hey gang, back with another review here, and this time we're looking at the John Deere DB44 24-row planter. And this is a pretty sweet unit, really, and they're obtainable. They're not super pricey right now. So if you want one, you probably ought to go get one. So anyway, this is made by Spec, and there's all sorts of variations on it. So let's get into the details. Let's talk tractors, y'all. Alright, the John Deere DB44. So I guess, obviously, first things first, I'm in transport mode. Now, how do you do transport mode? Well, first you gotta latch it right, and I don't have it latched right. So you can see the hooks go over the main frame of the planter there, and then you can just pull it down the road, and it's pretty secure like that. And then you can just open it up like so, and then here's the part where you need a couple hands and kind of be steady with it, and there you go. You've got a sweet 24-row planter made by Spec here. So this comes with a pin type hitch, which I like because I like to make my custom tractors with this style hitch. Now, if you're going to pull this on an Ertl tractor, well, you're in luck. Let me show you how you do that. You just put the pin in the hole, and then you drop your pin in your hitch from Ertl. So, it's doable. Now, this hitch raises and lowers like this. So that is a pretty sweet little detail, I think. We've got some really nice decaling here, DB44. You've got your air thing here, and you've got another, set of cylinders here that raise and lower your main center wheels. So that's pretty cool, and it works well, and let me show you. It will actually hold it up. So they're well built and strong and all that good stuff. Now on the outside we have the same thing. These wheels are coming up and down, go up and down. These are nice wheels too, by the way. It's almost a shame we can't just get some wheels like this. I mean, it'd be a little bit crazy to rob these off of this planter, considering the price of the planter, which is about 45 bucks right now. So that'd be a little crazy, but you can see the wings flex nicely because, let's say you're going over terraces, or or you're on hills, so on and so forth. You'll need that. Now, let's fold this marker out. Look at that. Nice marker detail. We got the two arms here, and then we've got your coulter out here, or I guess it's just a wheel here. Oh, then here's your coulter. Sorry. Yeah, so you got your little star coulter there, and then you've got your kind of gauge wheel here to, do your thing. And it just folds up, nice and easy like that. Boom, done. So that's really cool. Let's take a look at one more thing up front here. We've got a rail here. I just wanted to show you that before I spin you around. Show you the backside of this bad boy. Alright, there's that. So, back here we've got all kinds of detail. First off, our row units. They are well detailed. And here, let's do that. See, you've even got your depth control and all of that. Just really sweet row units there. Really well done. We've got your tubes here, your seed tube that runs along there. We've got a nice ladder here. Really nice hand railing detail, and I say that because it's nice and thin, and they are well constructed. We've got a hazard, slow moving light here. We've got some flashers here. Those look excellent, and then more reflectors and lighting there. We've got our seed boxes up here. Now, it almost looks like these could come off. They don't, but it definitely looks like they could. Maybe that's a mod for you custom guys, huh? And then we've got a little hitch back here if you want to pull, something else, a fertilizer cart or something along those lines with it. Or maybe even your pickup truck to the field. I don't know. That's cool, though. Anyway, so that's kind of the long and short of it, I guess, if you will. It's a really sweet planter for 45 bucks. I think, it's so well done. I'm just you know, we've had these planters around for a while now, and there are two versions of this. There's this version, and then there's a version where the fertilizer tank sits up front on the hitch. So if you need that version, it's about the same price. About 45 bucks is what you're going to pay for these. Every once in a while, you'll catch these on sale for something crazy silly cheap, like 30 bucks. But that's getting rarer and rarer. But I've seen it a few times, so you might keep an eye out for that. All right, so let's give this the collector score. So value. Well, so we talked about it. It's 45 bucks. And so the question is, what is a planter, a 24-row planter, particularly worth in the farm toy world? So I guess we could look towards Ertl for their planters, and I'll be honest, they're pretty basic. They're more toy orientated. They you know, everything's plastic. You can tell it's plastic. This is a lot of metal, and because of that, the paint looks excellent on it. Whereas the Ertl, it all looks plastic. So I think at $45, I think this is an excellent value. Excellent, excellent value. So much so that I'm actually going to go with a 9 here on my value. All right, the collector score. Well, okay. There's a lot of these. And like I said, they've been out a little while. So 45 bucks, if you want one, you can have one. So it's not limiting the market on them in any sort of way. So I don't know that they're highly collectible. There aren't too many people that say I have to have a DB44 unless you own one, or unless you're like me and kind of a freak and want one of everything. So I'm going to go with a 4 on my collector score. I think the detail here and the quality, I think, bump up that collector value a little bit. So that's why. Detail. Okay. I'm having trouble deciding what I would do to this to make this any better. Now, of course, you could run your hydraulic lines. No doubt about it. You could maybe do a custom fertilizer setup or something like that. And I guess if you got stupid crazy, you could do some things to the row units. But for an out-of-the-box toy, the detail on this thing is incredible. And I'm going with a 9 on detail. I just think it's as good as it gets. But not good enough to get a 10. So quality. Well, it's durable. I mean, let's see, it's durable. I can do things to it. I can yank on my rails. I can yank on my ladder. Nothing is going to come off, it doesn't seem like. Now, I'm sure if you dropped it or threw it, or if you let your 5-year-old play with it in the dirt, yeah, you're going to ruin it. But for all intents and purposes, as a toy collector or a displayer or something like that, this represents very, very, very good quality. So I am, again, going with a 9 on quality. That brings us to rarity. So these are not rare. And this sort of goes back to the collectability, if you will. These aren't rare. They are everywhere. They're on eBay. They're on Bozen and Outback and all those places where you want to get toys. All the toy shows seem to have them. All the dealers at the toy shows, you can find them. So if you want a DB44, they're out there. They're not rare. So that hurts that score certainly quite a bit. And so I'm going with a 4 on the rarity. So that means it's math time. So 1827. Alright, if I'm figuring right, that gives us a 35 on our collector score. So that's a home run right there from SpecCast. I think 35 is a great score. Of course, the collectability and the rarity are really what hurt it, but it's such high marks on everything else. So, alright guys, I guess that'll do it for this review here, and I hope you liked it, and I hope you, tell me below what you want to see a little bit. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. As always, have yourselves an awesome evening.